days, one of my leadership moments was when my boss at Citibank in Brussels asked me to go to Luxembourg to kind of save the activity in Luxembourg. Now, I didn't save it, but there was this excellent salesperson with the operations on the other side, and they were just not talking. So I went there and he asked me to go and create the relationship management team in Luxembourg. So I actually moved with my family and wife to Luxembourg to actually create this team. And at the end, when I left after another 9 years, wanting to do something else with my life, I was heading 11 people, not many, but they're all almost all VPs. And I was overlooking $60 billion worth of assets of the underlying clients. And this trust, which this guy, Paul Alloy, gave me, was extremely was precious at the time. As many young leaders, I sometimes doubted that I was able to do it, but no, I was really able to do it. And moving to Luxembourg proved so important. Innpact would probably not be there if it hadn't been for this dear Mr. Alloy from Citibank. And maybe another moment is actually the creation of Innpact. And you have these moments in life when I started by Innpact started by being a subsidiary of Symbiotics, a microfinance fund manager in Switzerland. And I was looking for my first collaborator, team member, a certain profile. And here comes a guy whose name is Arnaud Gillin. He was not at all the profile I was looking for, but somehow it clicked. And when I talk about leadership moments, it's also collaboration moments. We strongly believe in collaboration, and it simply clicked. And here we are, 15 years later with 50 people and having a company with a growing impact on the world. And being a leader is also being able to share. We are equal. We have 50%, or we had 50%. We're now decreasing thanks to the employee share ownership plan, which I mentioned. We have different skill sets. He's 15 years younger than I am, so he'll probably grow with the company, grow with other partners. And it's this mix of leadership, which is extremely, extremely important and extremely valuable. So I would say, two main leadership moments in my life, I would say. Sufficiency is very personal. There is an element of financing, which is enough for our own good, to be able to, of course, cover all our basic needs, look after our children, have a roof, in some cases, have a house somewhere, being able to travel. But there is an amount beyond which, the money which we actually get is beyond what is sufficient to live. And I really like this concept because, and this is something which kind of surprises me in the case of some, very high net worth individuals, is the eagerness to always get more. But if you want to get more, you actually do it most probably at the expense of others. And whereas, especially in this food crisis, the price of wheat is going up, the price of a number of essentials is going up, the price of energy is going up. We have, and going back to the elections in France, the reason why we have 41-point-something% voting for the extreme right is because the basic, and we're here talking about the basic needs of an extremely large part of the population are not covered. So their sufficiency is not even met. They live largely, they don't have enough means to cover their basic needs. And in a world where I think we need to ensure that there is some peace, that needs to be taken into account. So this is a concept which I would like to put back in the forefront, this sufficiency aspect. And I fully understand we all live in different environments. Somebody living in the city of London maybe may have different people around him or her, and I understand that there is a standard of living which you need to adhere to, but beyond that, and that may be 10 times the amount of somebody living in rural Germany, but there is an amount which is sufficient, and it's really this concept which I invite everybody to think about, and to realize as to what's really important. And what's really important are family, social links, what you've done in the world, and I think this eagerness to always have more, has a limit. And impact investing is also about this, about cutting the cake, and the idea is to grow the cake, of course, but cutting the cake in a slightly different way to ensure that shareholders don't reap all the benefits, and that all stakeholders, including the beneficiaries, for example, of microfinance loans, actually have a slightly greater share. And it can be workers, building your Nike shoe, or building your clothes, to have a slightly bigger share.